Ever walk into a room and completely forget why you're there? Yeah, me too. It happens to all of us. But what if you could give your memory a serious upgrade? That's what we're diving into today, unlocking the power of your memory.
And the exciting part is, this isn't about some superpower, right? It's about understanding how your brain naturally wants to remember things and how we can work with it. We're drawing insights today from How to Enhance Your Memory.
Okay, so we're talking more than just remembering where you put your keys, though I'd love that superpower too. But this source makes it clear that memory is a much bigger deal than just that, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's actually fascinating when you really think about it. Memory is the cornerstone of our identity. Every experience, every relationship, everything we know, it's all woven into who we are, wouldn't you say?
Wow, when you put it that way, it really makes you realize how central memory is to, well, everything.
Exactly. And beyond just shaping who we are, memory plays a crucial role in how we make decisions every day. Every choice we make is informed by our past experiences, even if we don't even realize it.
So you're saying if we have a better grasp of our memories, we could actually become better decision makers.
That's the idea. The source even argues that a strong memory can boost creativity. Think about it. When you can easily access a rich tapestry of experiences and information, you're more likely to make more unique connections and come up with those innovative solutions, right?
That's incredible. So we're talking about a richer, more fulfilling life overall, not just being able to win at trivia night.
Precisely. This deep dive is about harnessing the power of your memory to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. And the first step, as the source highlights, might surprise you: mindfulness.
Okay, so less scrolling, more remembering. Got it. But how does mindfulness actually work as a memory booster? I'm intrigued.
You're right. Mindfulness is often thought of as, like relaxation and stress reduction.
Yeah.
But it's really important for memory too. Just think about it. We live in a world that's totally saturated with distractions these days. Our brains are constantly bombarded with information. It's impossible to remember everything.
That's for sure. I know I'm always battling notification overload. It never ends.
Exactly. And so our brains have to be choosy about, what they actually remember for the long term. That's where mindfulness comes in. It's like a mental spotlight, helping you to focus your attention on what's really important at that moment.
So instead of our brain trying to process everything at once and then remembering nothing, it's helping us be more deliberate about what we want to remember.
Yes, precisely. And when you're mindful, you're present, you're engaged in your surroundings. So this heightened awareness makes your brain much more likely to store that information for later. It actually encodes it more strongly.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And I remember in How to Enhance Your Memory, it mentioned a particular exercise, right? Something about like picking out 4 details to help with this.
Yes. The 4 details observation, it's a simple but really effective technique. So next time you meet someone for the first time, or even if you're just in a place you know well, but you really want to remember it, just consciously observe 4 details. Any details, really.
Okay, like what kind of details?
It could be anything. Color of someone's shirt, the sound of their voice, maybe like the way the sun hits a building across the street, or even like a smell. Is there fresh coffee brewing? Could be anything.
Okay, so I'm picking my 4 details. What then?
So later that day maybe, or even the next day, try to actively remember those details, those exact details. Picture them in your mind as vividly as you can. It's like a workout for your attention span. Because you're making that effort, you're training your brain to actually engage more deeply with whatever is around you, and that helps you remember it.
That is really cool. I like that trick a lot.
No?
Okay, so we're priming our brains to encode better by being more mindful, but how do we get those memories to actually, stick with us for good?
Yeah, that's where association comes in. It's incredibly powerful. And as humans, we are hardwired for it. Think about how easily a song, like a particular song, can bring you right back to a certain memory. Or even the smell, how that can make you instantly remember something from your childhood. It's amazing.
It's true. Certain smells, songs, they can totally take me right back. It's crazy how our brains do that.
It really is. And the cool thing is we can actually use that to our advantage, to really improve our memory even more. The source is called How to Enhance Your Memory, by the way. It emphasizes that the key is to be really active and creative about forming those associations, especially if you're trying to learn something new.
Okay, so give me an example. How could I use association to, remember something I'm learning?
Sure, let's say you just met someone new named David, and you want to remember their name. Instead of just repeating David, David, David in your head, right? Try to link it to a vivid image. Maybe imagine David playing the drums, something memorable, and maybe a little silly too, it helps.
I like it. So the sillier, the better. I can do that. So that's for like individual pieces of information. What about when you need to remember bigger things like, I don't know, a presentation or a whole bunch of facts?
Right, so for larger amounts of information, the source suggests using what's called a memory palace. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I think so. It always sounded kind of intimidating though, like something only memory champions can do. I'm not sure I could pull it off.
Uh-huh. I know what you mean. It sounds very grand. But it's actually pretty simple, the basic idea at least, and anyone can do it. It's like this. Imagine you're walking through a place you know really well. Your home, for example. You're just picturing it in your mind, every room.
Okay, I can do that. I'm picturing my living room right now.
Perfect. Now, let's say you're trying to memorize a speech, okay? So you might place the opening points of your speech in, I don't know, your entryway. Then as you mentally walk through your home, maybe the middle arguments of your speech are in the living room. And then you get to your bookshelf and boom, P-facts and figures all organized in the shelves. You get the idea.
Oh, okay. So it's like I'm making a mental map of the information, but using my house as the map.
Exactly. And that works because our brains are naturally good at remembering locations. It's like we're wired for it. So then when you need to recall that information, you just retrace your steps through your memory palace and you pick up those bits of info along the way.
That's so clever. I can see how that would be way more effective than just trying to memorize a bunch of bullet points.
It is. And the source really emphasizes, too, that the more you practice with your memory palace, the better it works. It's like those mental pathways get stronger and stronger the more you use them.
That is so cool. So we've got being mindful to really encode those memories when they happen, association to make the information stick, and then the memory palace to organize bigger chunks of information. Is there anything else in how to enhance your memory? Any other like memory boosting secrets?
There are. The source also talks about some lifestyle things, really simple but powerful things you can do that can make a difference for your memory. And the first one is so important. Sleep.
I knew you were going to say sleep. I can definitely tell when I haven't slept enough, my brain is like useless.
Yeah, and it's not just about feeling rested either. Sleep is when your brain actually consolidates those memories, moves them from short-term to long-term storage. Aim for 7 to 9 hours a night. It makes a big difference.
Okay, 7 to 9 it is. Putting that at the top of my to-do list. What about like food? Anything in the source about brain boosting foods?
Yes, it talks about omega-3 fatty acids. Really important. They're in fatty fish like salmon and walnuts too. Super important for brain health.
More salmon, got it.
No.
What else?
They also mention antioxidants. They'll protect your brain from damage. Berries are great for that, especially blueberries.
Huh, perfect. I love blueberries. All right, so we've got sleep, we've got diet. Any other surprising things from the source? Any other like memory hacks?
Well, there's one more you might find interesting. The source suggests doing things that make you use both sides of your brain, like, brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand, or even just simple eye exercises like moving your eyes side to side for 30 seconds.
Wait, brushing your teeth with, like, my left hand? That sounds more like a coordination challenge than a memory booster.
I know, it sounds a little strange, but the idea is that it's just different, It challenges your brain in a new way, and that can actually strengthen those connections between different areas.
Hey, why not? I'm willing to try it. Could be the key to unlocking some next-level memory power, you never know.
Exactly, and I think that's what's so cool about all of this, It's not about forcing ourselves to remember things. It's about working with our brains, understanding how they work best, and then giving them what they need to thrive.
I love that. It's such a holistic approach, mindfulness, association techniques, lifestyle changes, it all works together. Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to wrap up this deep dive. Huge thanks to How to Enhance Your Memory for all the amazing insights, and a big thank you to you, as always, for breaking it all down with us and making it so practical.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, thanks for joining us on this memory adventure. We hope you learned a few new tricks to boost your memory power.